Hey everybody, Keith from Roseburg here. I just wanted to make a quick video to kind of give you an overview of the drum set I would be using on tour. Obviously, we're supposed to be on tour right now, but with everything going on, that wasn't an option. This is the kind of video I would normally make, pre-show, backstage kind of thing, just to show you the gear I'm using, because I'm into that stuff. The basis of this kit is this Yamaha Stage custom beautiful green kit. It's an early 90s, I believe, Stage custom, all birch. 22-inch bass drum we're using here, and then we've got a 12-inch rack tom, and 16-inch floor tom. Also have a 13-inch tom, but I don't use that. I usually just go one up, one down. For my snare drum that I've got here, that is a Ludwig Black Magic. The Ludwig Black Magic is, if you're familiar with the Black Beauty, same construction, same idea as far as that goes. It's a brass drum, but the Black Magic is made in, I believe, China or Taiwan. Someone will correct me on that, I'm sure. Same construction. I've used the Black Beauty on a lot of stuff in the studio and really wanted that sound, so I picked up one of these up for like half the price that a Black Beauty would usually go for. For my batter heads, I'm using these Evans Onyx heads. They're black, so they look cool. They're a 2-ply head, so they're fairly thick, give us a little bit of natural dampening, and then I'm also using these drum dots on them. Resonance side, Remo Ambassadors on the toms, and then it's a Remo, I believe it's a Remo Diplomat for the snare side. Bass drum head, I'm doing an Evans EMAD 2 for the batter head with the medium dampening ring. And then the front head, which I had a friend make the Roseburg logo for, that's awesome. I am using an Evans Onyx head with the pre-cut hole. And that's basically the drums. If I'm playing more local shows, sometimes I'll use a second snare drum. I've got a Yamaha, the snare that came with this, a steel Yamaha snare that I'll use, and I'll tune low and use as a side snare. But as far as tour, this is what I'd be using. My hi-hats, getting into the cymbals, my hi-hats are 15-inch Zildjian New Beats. These are a 70s set, so a little bit older. These have been on like 90% of the Roseburg songs. They've been on almost every single recording I've done. I think I used a 14-inch pair on one song, and that was it. But they're awesome. I've had these for years, and they've been my go-to hats for forever. My main left crash is this Sabian HHX Extreme crash. It's a 19-inch hand-hammered, so it's a little bit more of a complex sound, a little bit trashy, but it's thin, so it opens up pretty easily. I've got the Splash here, which is a Meinl Byzance 8-inch Splash. I use that almost exclusively for the fill going into the second verse on 9 to Midnight. And then just little like ambient swells, little parts of like interlude things. For my ride cymbal, this is a Meinl Byzance 20-inch sand ride. This is the Benny Greb signature ride. So it's got a really nice stick definition, really good bell, but it can still open up and wash really nicely. And then if I have time on stage and we're playing it in the set list, I actually have this, which is my favorite cymbal I own. This is a Sabian 22-inch Pandora ride that I actually have signed by Andy Zildjian and Charlie Brown, the guy that hammered it, which is really cool. I use this to record Evergreen. If we're playing Evergreen in the set, I'll pull that out and just switch it with that Meinl for one song, and then I'll switch it back after that. But super awesome, really, really dark, really dry, so it doesn't fit with a ton of the stuff we're doing, but when it does, it's my favorite. And then, last but not least, I've got over here my secret weapon. This is a Kaza. That's, I believe, how the brand is pronounced. K-A-S-Z-A. I don't think the brand is around anymore, and I don't know anything from them when they were around. But this is the Light Ride 22-inch from their F-Series. I picked it up at a local music store. I'd been eyeing it for a long time because it's just been sitting there on the rack for years, and it sounded so cool. It's got a really nice kind of silky attack to it, and it's super, super thin, so I use this as a crash. and I'd had it. It'd been in the shop for years, and I'd been eyeing it, and I got it for Christmas one year from my parents, which was really awesome. I'll use a sizzle on that every once in a while. I use that. I believe on Evergreen I had a chain on there for a sizzle, and then on Miss Sunshine as well. But that's about it as far as the setup goes. Using Vader drumsticks, I'm using the Vader Fusions, which are my favorite. I love the round tip and a little bit heavier handle. That's not what it's called, but we'll roll with it. But yeah, none of this was sponsored. This is all stuff that I've just gathered over the years for my personal collection. If anyone wants to sponsor, reach out. I'd love to talk about that. But yeah, that's the kit. That's what I would normally be using on tour. If you're interested in this kind of thing, if you want to see more about this, let me know. I'll probably do some videos on specific elements, whether it's a specific cymbal or different snare drums that I use or different ways I tune things. I'll probably do some more videos like that. So let me know if you're interested. Thank you so much for listening. If you supported our Kickstarter, thanks for that as well. And I think that's all. Thanks.